We are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. Performance, protection, reliability.
Tarmac Sports.
Hello everybody and welcome to round 4 of the BDC British Drift Championship 2019. We're live at NEC in Birmingham. As you will see from the camera shots that are just about to pop up on your live stream right now, this circuit is built around the perimeter roads of the NEC. It took the team just 12 hours to put all of this together, so none of it was here, none of the concrete barriers. It's all built just for this event, which is pretty amazing. The rain is back as well, unfortunately. The rain that plagued us at round 3 in Teesside is back again, so this is definitely going to test the drivers and the machines out there today. The season so far has been pretty epic, with round 3 at Teesside seeing Cal Ferrar take a well-deserved win in his Mazda. He's had some hiccups in practice, but he's definitely back out now. We've seen him out in practice this morning. So he's going to be chasing down the Pro-Am Championship leader, Martin Cowley, so that is going to be one to watch. One thing that was missing at round 3 was my good friend Ian, who's back beside me in the tower. Welcome back, Ian. Have you missed us?
I certainly have, Sarah, and yeah, thanks for having me back. And yeah, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for me, I was away in Europe doing some commentating duties out there for Drift Masters European Championship. And yeah, I did miss the British Drift Championship. Obviously, it's my my home crowd, and I like coming home and supporting these guys and cheering them on. Yeah, as you mentioned, incredible place where we've been privileged to come here to the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham. This circuit didn't exist 12 hours ago. From Friday midnight, these guys were allowed to come in and build this circuit, and in just 12 hours hours they created this, they set the track out, and I mean, wow, what a setting.
It's absolutely unbelievable. If you can just look through the rain a little bit, you can see how epic this track is. None of it was there, the walls, the lines, any of it. So it's amazing. So we're going to have a look at the start order.
Yeah, we certainly are. We're going to take a look at the start order. As you can just see, at the top of the list, the first driver of the weekend will be Marcus Clare. And that was your highlight driver from yesterday.
He was. He impressed me yesterday.
He impressed me as well. And that guy, finished in the non-seeded class high enough up to earn a place in Drift Cup to drive in the seeded class on the Sunday. He did well enough in that class to come to the British Drift Championship this weekend. And his girlfriend's with him, Amy, spotting. And she's a driver herself, so she knows exactly what she's looking for. But that guy, very, very, very confident. And I expect big things from this weekend. As you can see, moving down the list, we get Damien Chopper, and we move through Andy Frost. What a name to mention this weekend. He gained that drive with Farstar, Team Farstar, taking that E92 M3 BMW with the 2JZ under the bonnet. And what a guy. Had a few issues already in practice, but nevertheless, the team have worked relentlessly through the night and got it dialed. I haven't seen any practice.
I've seen a few runs, and he looks like he's getting comfortable in it.
Well, let me tell you the secret.
Isn't it?
I've got some money on him as a side bet with a few of the other guys. So let's see how he gets on. We're moving back down the order. As you can see, Stephen McConnell, Danny Maguire looking very, very fast around the track. Stephen Fitzgerald, he's a very good friend of mine. He just sent me a photo of the rear of his car trying to change the drive shaft. He's got issues already qualifying coming up for him as we move along. Will Gibbs, Matt Fanton now leading it up as well. We keep going through that start order as we make our way to the top of the championship leaders. And as you can see there, Stu Jones, Luke Barker, the name on many people's lips around the UK, especially in Ireland. That guy dominating the 2 rounds in Ireland. But unfortunately, round 3 for him, not the way he wanted to go. And in the UK, he's just not had that break of fortune.
He hasn't. He's had some really unfortunate luck. I said at round 1, my very first drift round ever, that Luke Barker really impressed me and he was one to watch, and I've been right, but unfortunately been plagued with issues with that car.
Yeah, he certainly has, but one to watch this weekend, and a guy that I said to the rest of the judging panel here over a few beers the other night, Martin Cowley, that man has impressed me no end. He's on them extreme performance tyres, and in the wet, everybody, even the pros, are saying that he's one of the fastest drivers around this track. So Martin Cowley this weekend, he has a ton of weight on his shoulders. He has to perform. He has to do well. But, as you mentioned, Cole Farrar breathing down his neck. He's got his car fixed. And again, the weather playing fortune for Ferrari. Did very, very well in the wet at Teesside. What can he do here in the wet at Birmingham?
Well, hopefully the same, but at the same time, I do want to see Martin Cowley take it. I want to see them all take it, really, because they all impressed me no end.
But there can only be 3 people on the podium at the end of the weekend, so we'll see who that will be. After qualifying, of course, we've got 45 drivers, and we're going to whittle those down to just top 32. Those top 32 drivers later on this afternoon will do head-to-head battle, and they will then eventually find a step on the podium. The judging panel this weekend will be Ben Manuel, your co-commentator from round 3 at Teesside. He'll be joined by head judge Brad McQueen, and making a return back to the British Drift Championship, my very, very good friend Ryan Pothcary, an experienced judge. That guy knows what he's looking for. And you know, his hashtag, you know, his line that he likes to use?
What's that?
Nobody is a 10. Nobody is that good. That's what he says to me.
That's a strong statement to me.
Well, listen, maybe one day somebody will be that good and they will impress Ryan Pothcary, but up until now, nobody has yet done it. So as you can see on your screens right now, our drivers driving onto the circuit. But what circuit will they be driving? So let's take a look at the track map and show you guys at home and in attendance, if you haven't noticed, take a look at the big screen. This is a qualifying run in bird's eye view. As you can see, nice fast initiation, clipping point 2, right in the middle of the circuit. Look how narrow that circuit is. It's squeezed, it's been elongated. Full throttle zone there. Now they enter the slowing down part. They get into outer zone 3 where they're looking to slow the car down. Now this is a perfect circle. Concrete lined wall, on throttle, through 4, through 5. Now navigate the centre of the circuit once again. Full throttle out into outer zone 6. And then transition back into another concrete wall for 7. And then the final clipping point right on the end of the wall. The dangerous point, clipping point 8, and across the finish line.
That's caught a few people out in practice already, as you might have seen. So hopefully it won't catch them out when it really counts for the points.
Well, look, yesterday these guys practice in the dry, and we see some you know what, magic. I'm going to say magic. It was some very, very good practice runs. I sat in the tower for 3 or 4 hours just watching these guys drive and drive and drive. Unfortunately, we knew the weather was coming. We didn't know, well, we hoped it wouldn't come. The hottest week on record in the UK, and the BDC plagued with rain once again. It's like a little cloud that's been following our owner Matt Stevenson around all year. Hopefully we'll get a break. The rain is not even easy enough. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to make out like it's easy enough. It is not easy enough.
I think we just need to be realistic
We're
about
going to be
this,
realistic. It's going to rain all day, but that's going to be a good thing for the drivers because it's going to make it consistent, so they know what they're going to be up against all the way through the day.
Yeah, they've been practicing in the rain this morning, so hopefully that's going to give them a good idea of what to expect. They just need to dial in some good runs and some really consistent runs, really, and just.
And that is it. The key is consistency.
Yeah,
you're right. And we've seen Cole Farrar. Judges saying to me that I missed round 3. I said to the guys, what was the key for Farrar? And they said consistency. Same with Charlie Hume in Drift Cup. He won that event. He won the unseeded round just a couple of weeks ago at Teesside. He was consistent. He did the same runs all weekend. He didn't put a foot wrong, and that is the key for this weekend. If you can do consistent runs over and over and over again, well, you never know. By the end of the weekend, you could be standing on top of the podium and a shot to drive in the Pro Class on Sunday, the main show.
You absolutely could be, and it's all about seat time as well, isn't it? These drivers were out yesterday, they were out this morning, getting as many laps in as possible just to get used to it, and especially some of the drivers that know their cars inside and out. Carl Farrar is a good example. It pays off.
It certainly does pay off, but I'm talking about the show, but that's not all we've got going on this weekend, Sarah, because they've put a lot into this. The guys behind the scenes here at the BDC have really gone above and beyond. This weekend, we've got the Pro Drift Academy in attendance. Those guys at the other end of where we are now, at North 1, they've took over a whole car park, and you know what they're doing? They're doing drift taxi drives. So you can come out, jump in a car and take a spin with some of the instructors there and see what it's like to go in a drift car. Obviously it's some slow speeds, but nevertheless you're getting out, getting that experience. Next door to that we've got a car show, we've got